the judiciary decides upon the constitutional questions. For instance, if there is a dispute between states,
Uniform Civil Code is proposal in India to formulate and implement personal laws of citizens which apply on all citizens regardless to their religion, caste and gender.
Humanity is on thin ice and that ice is melting fast. A very deep statement said by Antonio Guterres, UN Secretary General.
I am going to speak about female feticide. Female feticide is the aborting of a girl child fetus in the womb before its complete growth. Why? This is because that is female.
Firozabad is the city famous for bangle making. Bangles, beautiful bangles which are specially made for bride.
मैंने ये देखा कि जब भी हमने इस प्रोग्राम को किया है, जब से होता रहा है, स्टूडेंट बड़े अच्छे अच्छे सब्जेक्ट पहले भी लाते थे. सब्जेक्ट तो अच्छे ही लाते थे, मतलब कहीं कहीं हमको लगता था अरे ये क्या बोल रहा है, बड़ी अच्छी जानकारी दे रहा है. इसलिए आप जब कोई स्टूडेंट आपको कोई जानकारी दे रहा है, कोई कॉम्पिटिटर, तो आप उसको सुनो, आपकी हेल्प कर रहा है. कितना देर सुनना है यार, 3 मिनट का प्रोग्राम, कोई 2.5 मिनट, कोई 3.5 मिनट, इससे ज़्यादा तो बोल नहीं रहा है. आप उसको थोड़ा एक बार सुनो ध्यान से, ठीक है.
Good morning to all of you. Myself Vaishnavi, and today I am here with the topic on judiciary. So judiciary is an integral part of our country as well as democracy. As India is the largest democracy, we have a big judiciary which makes sure it safeguards the interest of its citizen. A judiciary is very crucial in upholding a democracy like ours. As we all know, cases of injustice against people have risen nowadays. There is unjust discrimination happening and the judiciary must step in to stop all this. Therefore, it becomes important more than ever to help people feel safe within their own homes and country. Judiciary checks and balances the one who have a power. This helps in preventing people from misusing that power. Our Supreme Court is at the top of our judiciary system. It is then followed by our High Court, which is operated at the state level. There are district courts operating at district levels. There are also many more courts below this order. A judiciary has many roles to play. As a judiciary is independent of the executive, it can easily safeguard the rights of the citizen to ensure peace and harmony. However, its role is not just limited to this. It plays different roles to make sure there is smooth functioning in the country. Firstly, it plays a great role in making new laws. Judiciary is the rightful interpreter of our constitution as well as the current laws. It has the power to create new laws as well as overrule policies that might violate our constitution. Furthermore, the judiciary also prevents any form of violation of the law. Similarly, it files a lawsuit against the person found guilty of doing the same. After that, a judge passes his/her verdict after listening to both parties closely and announces the judgment accordingly. Moreover, it also acts as an advisory body. It happens more than often that the executive or legislature seek help from the judiciary to clarify issues regarding the constitution. Moreover, the judiciary decides upon the constitutional questions. For instance, if there is a dispute between states, they are brought to the Supreme Court where it decides how to interpret the constitution on the basis of ongoing dispute. In addition, it also looks after the administrating bit, like it is responsible for appointing officers, administrating records, administrating staff and more. Most importantly, the judiciary is the protector of fundamental rights of the citizen, and everyone has fundamental rights. However, sometimes people try to take them away. Thus, the judiciary ensures no such things happen and let every citizen live with harmony. In short, in today's scenario of our country, where crimes are happening rapidly, people turn to the judiciary for justice. Thus, we see how it is so very important that judiciary remains just and empowered in the times of darkness. Sometimes it remains the single ray of hope for people, which is why it is needed more than ever now. Thank you.
Good morning everyone. Today I stand before you all to address on the topic of the immense importance to our society. Uniform Civil Code, UCC. Uniform Civil Code is proposal in India to formulate and implement personal laws of citizens which apply on all citizens regardless to their religion, caste and gender. The debate of UCC dates back to the colonial period prior to the British India rule in India. The East India Company, they tried to reform local social and religious customs by imposing Western ideologies on India. The Lex Loci report of October 1840 emphasized the importance of necessity and uniformity in codifications of India law. Relating to crimes, evidences and contract, but it recommended that personal law of Hindus, Muslims should be kept outside such codification. Currently, personal law of various communities are governed by their religious scriptures. Implementation of UCC across the nation is one of the contentious promises pursued by the India's ruling Bharatiya Janata Party. It is an important issue regarding secularism in India politics and continues to remain disputed by the Indian politics, left wing, Muslim group and other conservative religious groups, sects and defenses of Sharia and religious customs. Personal laws are distinguished from public laws, covers marriage, divorces, inheritance, adoptions, and maintenance. Meanwhile, Article 25 to 28 of the Indian Constitution guarantees religious freedom to Indian citizens and all allows religious groups maintain their own affairs. Article 44 of the Constitution expects the Indian state to apply directive principles and common law for all Indian citizens while formulating national policies. By implementing UCC, we can establish a common legal framework to blind in all citizens together, emphasizing the principle of unity in diversity. One of the fundamental benefits of UCC is gender equality. Personal law is our country have often been criticized by the discriminatory towards women, particularly in matter of marriages, divorces, and inheritance. The UCC would be rectify their disparities and promote gender justice by guaranteeing equal rights and opportunities to all individuals, irrespective to the gender. However, it is essential to acknowledge the complexities and sensitivities surrounding this issue. The UCC should be implemented in manners that respect the diversity and culture practice of all religious community. In conclusion, the UCC is a significant step towards creating a just, equal, and unified society. It upholds the principle of justice, gender equality, and national unity. By implementing UCC, we can move towards a future where a citizen is treated equally under the law, irrespective of the religion background. Let us work together to build a society that celebrates diversity while ensuring justice for all. Thank you.
Humanity is on thin ice and that ice is melting fast. A very deep statement said by Antonio Guterres, UN Secretary General. Good morning to one and all present over here. This is Vidushi Barthwal standing before you all, and I will be speaking to you about the latest IPCC or the Intergovernmental Panel of Climate Change. This report tells us that climate change is here now. It has been known for the past five years that human activities such as vehicular traffic, burning of fossil fuel or cutting down of forest had led to increase in greenhouse gas emission, which is leading to global warming and temperature change. The report further states that global temperature have already been increased by 1.1 degrees Celsius and we are very close to reach the mark of 1.5 degrees Celsius in the next decade, which is obviously quite alarming because the world lead to irreversible damage, sudden change in climate as depletion of ice sheets in Antarctica or increase in droughts and flood situation across the world. The IPCC reports clearly talks about carbon equality, which essentially means that data that shows 35% of the world population living in those countries which produces more than 9 tons of carbon dioxide per capita, while 41% of the world population living in those countries which produces less than 3 tons of carbon dioxide per capita. This includes countries like South Asian countries, Southeast Asian countries, of course the developing countries, and the smaller island nations that are not directly responsible for the kind of emission. The report states that shrinks, such as natural flow of ocean and rivers that can absorb a lot of carbon emission are also getting disturbed, and the power to absorb the kind of carbon emission has been reduced over a long period of time. There are a lot of measures that are being taken up by the countries such as India as well as others, such as looking for alternative fuel resources, stoppage and reduction of burning of fossil fuels, as well as integration of green energy vehicle, also looking for reducing the kind of carbon emission on a daily basis. This synthesis report tells us that the climate change is a real threat to humanity and the planetary well-being. It tells us that we are very, very close to 1.5 degree mark, and this limit is not safe for people. In short, the world needs climate action at a larger front. Thank you.
Good morning everyone, myself Shambhavi. So I'm gonna speak about female feticide. Female feticide is the aborting of a girl child fetus in the womb before its complete growth. Why? This is because that is female. Female feticide has become a disgraceful and shocking truth of our nation. In India, there is a strong fondness for sons over daughter. People desire smaller families with comparatively greater sons by abuse medical technologies. It is one of the main motives for declining of sex ratio. Female feticide has been in practice for periods, especially for the families who have a preference to have only male child. Several religions, social, financial and emotional are the reason for female feticide. Therefore, the time has been changed. Now, much however, many reasons have belief are ongoing in some families. Some main reasons for female feticides are generally parents don't want a baby girl, they have to give a big amount as a dowry at their daughter's marriage. Second, they there is the faith that girls are always consumer and boys are only the producer. Thus, parents understand that son will earn money for their whole life and care their parents. However, girls will get married a day and will have a separate family. Third, there is a belief that the son will carry the name of the family in future. However, the girl has to carry the husband's family. Fourth, this is a prestige issue in society for parent and grandparent to have a boy baby in the family besides having a daughter. There is a stress on the new bride of the family to give a birth to a male child, so she is enforced to go for sex recognition and abort if there is a girl baby. Illiteracy, insecurity and poverty of people in society are also major reasons for girl baby burden. Science and technological advancements and utilities have made this very easy task for parents. Sex ratio denotes the ratio of female to males in a specific region. Many practices like female feticide and female infanticide, killing a baby girl after her birth, have had a contrary influence on the sex ratio. Thus, it is a rise and promotes many social evils. As per the Indian census, sex ratio of India is 107.48. It means that 107.48 males are 100 as per 100 females in 2019. Therefore, India has 930 females per 1000 males. So, India has 48.20% female population compared to 51.80% male population. As well as we know that female feticide is a crime and social evil for the future of women. Hence, we should notice the cause for female feticide in Indian society. Female infanticide or female feticide is primarily because of sex determination. Forthcoming is the name of your girl child, past is the name of your mother. This is the reality that no present, no past, no future without girl child. Female feticide is suicide. So save the girl child and secure the future. There will be the dangerous results for the female feticide. Demography reports warn India that in the next 20 years there will be a scarcity of brides in the marriage market, mostly because of the adverse sex ratio. Thank you and have a nice day.
Good morning everyone, this is Saksham Chauhan standing in front of you to represent myself on the topic the irony of Firozabad. Firozabad is the city famous for bangle making. Bangles, beautiful bangles which are specially made for bride. Bangles are to be considered as a sacred symbol of marriages for women in Indian culture. But behind these beautiful bangles there are hands of poor, helpless and illiterate people of Firozabad who have been exploited by the middleman and the government. The people of Firozabad are not able to send their children to the school. Either the children are forced to be sent to the factories for making bangles. Making bangles is a very hazardous process causing deadly diseases, especially for children. The toxic gas released in the factory of bangle making can cause blindness, asthma and many other deadly diseases. Thank you.